If you lost everything and had nowhere to turn, where would you find your passion? Meet Affy McCormack, the leader of the Universal Studios Hollywood Reddit group. Afton's struggles continue to highlight what it means to be a leader, a friend, and a Universal fan who goes beyond organizing for just a group. It's about organizing life.
Honest, can I tell you something, Irene? Yeah. And this is a mantra that I have lived through my whole entire life. I have gotten in more doors being kind than I have been cold. Those meetups I host and those, I host, the Universal meetups, I've gotten in more spaces because of that being kind. My whole MO is I just want to kill the world with kindness. Like, I want to be the happiest person on this planet so no one else feels the same way I did growing up. And it's like, if I can enrich people's lives and make them feel the same way I feel, I'm doing my job right in the world.
If you're ever in the park with Affy, you know, she's right. Affy smiles, asks members questions, and does anything she can to make someone else's day brighter. She loves bringing the joy of Universal to anyone since she was young. And now, as a young adult, she has overcome a lot to be present in what she loves the most.
Hi, I'm Affy McCormack. I am from Simi Valley, California. However, I currently reside in Arleta, California. I met Irene through Universal Studios Hollywood, and she was coming along to one of our meetups.
And I know we've discussed it before, but for people who don't know, really, when did you start going to Universal, starting these groups, and what about the park really keeps you going?
And the first meetups I had actually did have decent turnout. Like, we would have 6, 7, 8, 9 people show up to these things. And it was a great way to build community because so many of these people go to Universal Studios alone, solo. And so a lot of people don't really know how to make park friends or how to make park mates, in a sense. So I like trying to organize these meetups, and I also really love organizing these meetups because it's a great tool of inclusion. It's a great way to make everybody feel included in a sense that they haven't felt before. I love getting a feel for who all is coming. Like, I love getting to know all of the people in the group. I love getting to know their backstories. I love getting to know where they come from, what they've been through. And it's a great way to gain more perspective on life.
Community, something Affy struggled with, especially growing up with different needs.
Bullying was a big problem in my life. I am diagnosed autistic and ADHD. So growing up with a learning disability was incredibly difficult. Because children are mean, and not only children are mean, adults are mean too. So yeah. I was getting bullying on both fronts. I was getting bullying from the adults and bullying from the children. And so I always felt left out of spaces growing up. So growing up, I always wanted to be able to create those spaces for people like me who really didn't have that community to be a part of. And so I went throughout life, I experienced many things, one of them being homelessness, which was a very big struggle in my life.
But through it all, Affy finds a way to find a silver lining that led her to the Universal group today.
Homelessness was one of the biggest life lessons I needed to learn. And it's not to say that in a sense where I needed humbling, it's just I needed the life experience that came with. Because if I didn't have that life experience, I would have never been able to find the job I love, the place I love, the people I love. And because of my life experience through homelessness, I've been able to create such a beautiful and brilliant life from it. And I remember growing up and even in homelessness, feeling excluded and feeling left out due to the fact that when you are homeless, you are very ostracized. You're the misfits of society. You're the throwaways. And so nobody really wants to associate with you. So when I started organizing and creating and fostering this community of Universal Studios Hollywood meetups, I wanted to make sure that everybody felt included. I wanted to make sure that no one person felt left out. I wanted to make sure that everyone felt like they were sharing their same opinion not in the same way, but equally. I've had a lot of abusive experiences growing up. I've had a lot of very mentally taxing experiences growing up. I want to take time out of someone's day to take them away from those experiences. I want them to feel like they can come to Universal and take off their day-to-day self. I really love the fact that so many people do come, and I love the fact that we have such a diverse community. We have such a diverse community. So many people from so many walks of life come to these meetups. And it's so incredible to see. Like, I remember when I did my first meetup and the incredible turnout we had and how diverse it was, not just in, the people, but just in our opinions. Because it's extremely important to share different opinions with other people, because that's also how you get different perspective. And so it's like a large part of why I do these meetups and why I love these meetups is because everybody gains a different perspective on life.
Themes of kindness, regardless of the situation, will always drive Affy to her next project, her next group of people she can help feel included.
So one of my life mantras, another one of my life mantras that I so valiantly live by is, I have personally never had a bad day in life. I've had a speed bump in life. Life is like a road, and there are speed bumps in the way. Now, mind you, they are hard to get over sometimes, but they're there to slow you down and make you reflect on what you're going through. So it's like, well, yes, I do have bad moments. Yeah, well, yes, I may have a quote unquote bad day. I'll never have a bad day, because at the end of the day, life is great. The day is great. You only have little hiccups in the middle of it.
As we continue to talk, Affy looks around and opens up about her homelessness experience.
So I went into homelessness. I ended up getting together with a guy in 2022, and we started dating. Everything was going well. We were really into each other, and I would sleep in his car with him sometimes. And it ended up being nights turned to weeks and weeks turned to months. And I was trying to get away from a very stressful home life situation. I was desperate to escape. And I saw that as my only way out. And going through homelessness and experiencing that and being able to take the perspective of what unhoused folks face on a day-to-day basis is insane and very harrowing and very humbling. Because when you're homeless, you don't have a set bathroom to go to, so you're constantly having to go find public restrooms. When you're homeless, you don't have a stable source of food. You don't have a kitchen to cook in. So we were always constantly wasting a lot of money eating out all the time. I ended up ending homelessness in May of 2023, when I ended up reuniting with my family. And being able to go through homelessness and experience homelessness really has shaped a lot of what I see now in day to day life. Because before I was homeless, I had a lot of ill will towards homeless people. I did think they were dirty. I did think they were a lot of addicts. And I did think that they just needed to get up and work. And then I went into homelessness. And I'm like, wait a minute, this is hard. This is difficult. Like, I could never imagine doing this for years, decades even. And so it really helped me like slow myself down and take myself into accountability to really check myself for what I used to think of them. And being able to reflect and take into account that situation I went through has really helped me flourish and transform into the human I am.
I love that. And thank you so much for sharing, because I know it is something very personal, but I'm
Yeah.
happy we can have this conversation.
Well, I'm
And
honestly, if you don't mind me saying, honestly, like, while it is a very personal and a very, like, while it can be a very personal and hard to come out with experience, I would rather have my experience be out there for those who are currently going through it, or maybe going through it, or may need help, because it shows to them that, hey, listen, I completed it. I went through it. And look at me. I'm living a successful, happy life now.
What's next? Affy now works at a homelessness shelter, helping others in where she was before to get back on their feet.
Well, so for some context, I work in homeless services in the city of Los Angeles. I work for a agency called Hope the Mission, and I am a housing navigator. So in my role, I am basically the middleman behind the unhoused person and a property manager or a like landlord or any type of housing service we can provide them. So I'm basically playing a real estate agent for unhoused people. One of the main things that I wish so many people in LA would understand and come to realize is that these people are human. These people have issues that they need help with. These people aren't just all addicts and druggies and like crackheads. These people are people with deep-seated mental health issues. These are people with deep-seated trauma, deep-seated addiction issues. And it's just crazy how the city of Los Angeles and its population views the unhoused as such dirty and despicable people when really they're just humans with a bunch of issues that need help. And so I just wish that the people of Los Angeles would see these people and not as numbers, not as misfits, not as crackheads, not as addicts. I just wish that they would see them as people. The city may want the number, but I want the person to be successful. So at the end of the day, we all got to remember that we're all human. We all have humanity, and we're all going through it in separate ways.
Affy finds that her work in homelessness has now made her a more inclusive person everywhere in her life, especially when talking with the Universal group.
One of our members, Gavin, expressed to me that it was a place of inclusion. And so being able to see the joy on my members' faces and see the joy on the meetup, that's all I can ask for, truly. Like, literally, the only thing I can ask for in life is for joy and happiness out of everybody. Like, I truly want everybody to feel as happy as I am at least once in their life. And if I'm doing that, then I'm succeeding. So if I can create a space of like true inclusion for those who have felt very pushed to the side or blown off by friends who have maybe gone to the park and leave them out, or family who probably go to the park and leave them out, it's a space where they can feel included and where they feel like they can have a community and a space to exist in.
Affy knows the importance of kindness, and more importantly, her mantras are something that keeps her alive every day, making this world a better place for all.
So I will start by saying I always live every day by my mantras, because I would rather kill them with kindness than kill them with regret. And I really do feel like overconfidence and faking it till you make it, it really does work. Like, faking it till you make it, it works. Like, y'all, fake it till you make it, boost that fake confidence, and just go for it. Like, the biggest piece of advice that I could give for inclusion is just go for it. No matter how much anxiety you feel, no matter how much fear you feel, just go for it. Step out of your comfort zone. Do the damn thing. Live. It's exciting. Like, overconfidence and faking it till you make it, it really does work. Because again, I've gotten in more doors being kind than cold. Never in my life did I think I would be successfully running Universal Studios meetups. Yet here we are. I'm doing the damn thing. So if anything, y'all can do it. Fake it till you make it, overconfidence, and just be happy all the time.